Gunfreaknation. I'm the president, TElectrik, and I want to talk about um, consequences. I want to talk about consequences. You know, every day on the news, every day I listen, to my scanner, my police scanner app that's on my phone. And I'm just saying senseless, unnecessary violence. Now, I'm not talking about the savages that I always talk about. I'm talking about just, you know, regular, ordinary people, not, not criminals, but people that have, I don't know, snapped. And I'm just thinking like, I'm trying to just get this all out. um, I just if everybody get to that breaking point, if you are ever in an altercation and it's getting heated and you just feel like you at that breaking point where you just don't care, is it worth taking a life? Is it worth you losing your life? Is it worth you losing your freedom? Because I'm saying every day, and it really break my heart, man, that so many people are losing their lives over something so stupid, something so dumb. And it's like, and excuse the coughing, man. I ain't coughed all day. But as soon as I, turn this camera on, I get the coughing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's going on, but I ain't coughed all day. It's like, yeah. I just listen. I want everybody out here that's watching, think about the consequences to your action. What hurt me is seeing people, you know, being, just taken out over senseless things like the father and the son in New York. How that happened, how that incident happened where they lost their lives because the neighbor down below them was complaining about them being too loud. They was making too much noise. And from what I hear, it's been an ongoing situation that's been going on for a year or years. And I guess he reached his breaking point and he snapped. You know, in my opinion, both parties were wrong because the father shouldn't have, went out there with those scissors in his hand. And then at the same time, he had a legitimate reason to do what he did when he was up on him with them scissors. But he's gonna wait till he walk away and just it was just horrible to watch. And then the son. And I'm like, I'm just thinking, man, senseless violence, it just don't you just never know when you are in a situation and you are engaging someone in a heated situation. I mean, it could be a fender bender. You know, it could be they cut you off on some road rage. It could be, hey, you stepped on my foot. You know, it could be anything. You just never know. And you don't know the person that you are arguing with. You don't know what level that they are on. You don't know what level they're on. It could be a crazy person. It could be a person that's had a bad day and they're willing to take their frustrations off. So you are basically, when you engage in a heated situation, you don't know what the outcome. You may not know how it's going to turn out because you don't know who you are dealing with. It's a lot of crazy people. It's a lot of unstable people. It's a lot of people out there that can't control their anger. They cannot control their anger. So anytime when you allow yourself to be put in that situation, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You just don't know. You don't know. And before you know it, wow, I don't have to put this person down. And all over what? Over something so trivial, something so small. But see, when your emotions get involved, it's no longer about what it sparked from, how it started. You just heated and in your emotions, in your feelings right now. And that's how the situation escalates. And it's not going to end well as you continue to entertain that situation. So my advice to you, whoever that may need this, walk away, because it's consequences. For every action, there's going to be some type of reaction. And I say, just walk away, because it's not worth it. At the end of the day, it's just not worth you losing your life, losing your freedom, or having to take a life. It's not worth it. Be the bigger person and walk away. So what if they call you a punk or, a coward? So what? You have so much to lose. So I say, if you're in a situation where you see that it may go left and it may escalate, be the bigger person and walk away. Because this is just happening so much all over the country. It's like a crime-demic. It's everywhere. And the sad thing is, usually when something going down, you don't have people really trying to de-escalate it. So you got to be the smart one and walk away. De-escalate it by walking away. Even if you got to be like, hey man, my bad. I apologize. If you felt disrespected, I apologize. Swallow your pride and walk away. Because we got a lot of people that love drama. When you see two people feuding, having an argument, what they do? They stick around. They pull out their their cell phones, they pull out their phones, they live streaming it, they recording it, and they want to see how it's going to turn out. They even egging it on. So you can't really, bank on somebody trying to de-escalate it. You got to be the person with, with the calm, head, the cool head, and just say, man, look, this ain't worth it, and walk away. Because like I say, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what temperature they're at. You don't know how crazy they may be. And you just don't know how it's going to turn out by escalating it. Over and over and over. That's all I'm saying. It's like people, they don't know how to resolve issues anymore. They don't know how to resolve it. They the only thing they know is resolving it violently. That's all they know. Pulling out some type of weapon. That's how they resolve it. And that's not cool. And I know I preach that everybody should have, a right to protect themselves, to defend themselves. And you do got that right. But it's a difference when, when you are defending yourself. What I'm trying to say is, don't engage in foolery. Don't engage in it. Why would you put yourself in a situation where you're going back and forth with some fool? And I just want you to think, like, before you say another word, before you say one more word, I need you to think and be like, you know what? This situation could go left. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth me having to do something where I lose my freedom? Is it worth me losing my life? Is it worth me taking a life? You always have, I don't care how angry you are, because these crazy people out here, they will get under your skin. They will push your buttons. They will curse you out to the point to where you are steaming mad. But I always say, no matter what the situation, how dire it may seem, you always got to look at the bigger picture. And you know what that bigger picture is? Your life. Going back home to your loved ones. Being there for your loved ones. Being on this earth and not losing your freedom. Still having your life. Those are the benefits of walking away. Time and time again, I've seen so many people get sucked into the moment, man. They caught up in that moment, and that person has, worked them up to the point to where they're angry. And now they matching each other's energy, that negative energy, and it's slowly escalating to the point to where you're solving it by violence, by the means of violence. And that's how people die over something so senseless. And it's sad. It's so many people in their grave right now over something that shouldn't have never ever happened. It should have never ever happened. And once you take it to that point, to that brink, and you set it off, ain't no backtracking. It's too late. It's too late. When they lock you up and you in that jail cell, and you like, man, wow, what was I thinking? I hate I snapped. What was I thinking? Man, I regret it. A lot of people don't lost their life that way, man. You can make one bad judgment, one bad decision, one bad choice, and that choice that you made could cost you your life, cost you your freedom, or cost you, for taking somebody else's life. And I just really want y'all to ask yourself, man, ask yourself this. Is it really worth it? Whatever encounter that you have, because I always say, you don't have to go looking for trouble. Trouble will find you. You don't have to go looking for it. I'm not talking about, defending your home or defending yourself. I'm talking about having a dispute with somebody. I want you to always know that for every action, there's consequences to it. Are you willing to pay those consequences? That's all I'm saying. For me, I do my best to, especially like I'm not a confrontational person, but if I'm ever in a situation where I feel like it can go left and it may get violent, I try to de-escalate it. I try my best to remove myself from that situation. Number one, no matter what the situation may be, you must remain calm at all times. You have to keep your cool at all times, because the minute you let that person break your cool and you start to get angry and worked up, you're no longer thinking rational, because you're being fueled off of that anger, off of your emotions. And anytime when you let your emotions overtake your intelligence, you're not going to be thinking rational, and you subject to do something crazy, something stupid, something dumb. And at the end of the day, all of this is over what? Something so trivial. So that's just something I want y'all to think about. There are people out there that got anger issues. There's a lot of hurt people out there that want to hurt people because they themselves are hurt. You just never know when you might encounter one of those types of people. And they will try to trigger and bring the worst out of you. My advice, walk away. It ain't about being, I'm the biggest, baddest person on the block. You know, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me. You know, I'm going to stand on all 10. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stand on all 10 toes. And I'm going to face this person. You're not going to punk me. You're not going to get all up in my face. But see, you feeding into it. And you setting yourself up for that trap. And once it get to that point, you may not be able to get out of it. That's all I'm saying. You got to catch yourself. Check yourself. Put your emotions in check. If a lot of people did that, man, all this senseless violence it wouldn't hardly be any. But a lot of people let their egos, their pride, their attitudes get them in the worst of worst trouble. And even, they lose their life behind something so stupid. Gunfreak Nation, I wish y'all the best. I wish you nothing but peace and love. I want y'all to succeed in whatever y'all want to do with your life. But what I love about y'all is we all like-minded people. We want to be righteous. We trying to be righteous. We law-abiding. And we just want to protect our families. Because we love our families. We love our loved ones. But I'm tired of seeing people lose their life, lose their freedom over something that could have been avoided by being the bigger person and just walking away. Gunfreak Nation, I love y'all. Listen, y'all stay armed. Stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous. And be ready to send that savage to Funky Town. But remember, one of them get in your face, and if you can't walk away, walk away. Remember, every action, there's consequences. Gunfreaknation Salute.